More ketchup than salsa. Confessions of a Tenerife Barman. Written by Joe Cawley. Narrated by Nicholas Camm. Chapter 1. It was whilst holding aloft a not altogether pleasant-smelling mackerel that the decision was made. Blood dripping from a rabbit dangling overhead tinted the cold water from the fish and rolled down a white sleeve. The March rain hammered on the rotting tin roof high above the stall, and where there was more rot than metal, columns of water plunged on the shuffling shoppers below. Their faces were drawn and bleak like a funeral cortege following the last remains of hope. From life they expected nothing, save a nice piece of cod at a knockdown price. Northern England in March. Northern England for most of the year, in fact. I was 28. There had to be more. I lowered the fish to eye level. Is this my life? The fish said nothing, but I already knew the answer. I had worked on Bolton Market for 6 months, forcing myself out of bed at 3:30 every morning to spend 11 hours knee-deep in guts and giblets, selling trays of dubious fish and chicken at 3 for a fiver. The freezing cold and the smell I had grown used to, but the pinched expressions of fellow passengers on the bus journey home still brought about a great deal of embarrassment. It couldn't be denied, in the inverted language of market traders, I was lemsy, smelly, from D-low, old fish. Word inversion was useful when you didn't want customers to understand. Tar attack would have all the workers scuttling for higher ground onto splintered pallets or battered boxes of chicken thighs stacked at the back of the stall as a rat the size of a bulldog decided it was time for mayhem. Originally dubbed the poor man's market in what was a working man's town built on the prosperity of the local cotton mills, Bolton Market was subsidised by the council to provide cheap food and clothing for low-income workers. In a flourish of affluent delusion, it has since been completely refurbished and modernised. The rats get to scamper around on fitted nylon carpets amid designer lighting franchises. An elegant coffee shop offering vanilla slices on dainty china.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?